And so here we are on this great good day. And as I say, welcome. Can't think of a better place to be and with better people. And we're moving right along through the Science of Mind course, Science of Mind 101, these past weeks. And today we conclude this particular section with how infinite intelligence works. So for the past 4 weeks we've been looking at things and coming to know yet again at a deeper level that Spirit, first cause, infinite intelligence, the creator of it all, is that which knows itself, contemplates upon itself, and creates out of itself, which is a great good thing to know. And then we came to know that as Spirit is, so too are we. As Spirit creates, so do we, just at a lesser degree. We've come to know that Spirit within each one of us individualizes, becomes form, that each one of us is a point of power through which Spirit radiates its great good self, with the possibility of doing that in all of its radiant magnificence, that each one of us is that divine aspect of the one thing there is, infinite intelligence itself. We've come to know that all thought is creative and that every thought is an act of creation. There's creative power in thinking. And consequently, knowing that, we've come to realize that it behooves us, if we want to have a good life, we need to think good thoughts. And in order to think good thoughts, we have to become mindful. We have to be tuned in, focused, attentive to what's going on in consciousness. And then direct that thought, which is exactly how infinite intelligence works. It directs thought. It directs consciousness. Your life, my life, is simply a projection of consciousness. I have projected into my life, my experiences, through the way I've been thinking and through the way I've been feeling. And so mindfulness is essential with regard to both thought and feeling, because it's important for me to get clear that I need to have a mindfulness around what I'm thinking, and then to understand that my feeling colors the tone and the texture of my thought. And the combination of those two energies, because thought flows through a mental atmosphere and an emotional atmosphere, is combined and then worked upon, which was what we have come to know too, by the law of mind itself, the creative process, to produce something in my life, so that every formed and shaped and molded thought is going to produce something in your life and in mine. And all the time the law is forming and shaping and molding your persistent thoughts, especially the ones backed up with conviction and feeling. It's happening all of the time, whether you're asleep, whether you're awake, whether you're thinking consciously or not thinking. So, consequently, we've come to know that random thought, mindless thought, careless thought, negative thought, not good for us. Not at all good for us as individuals, nor good for life in general. Because there's only one mind and we're all thinking into it. We're all using the one mind. So we're pouring into the collective consciousness everything we're thinking and everything we're feeling. And that will either take it down or bring it up. It will either limit it or it will expand it. It will either increase good or decrease good. So there's no such thing as a private, insignificant thought. There's no such thing. All of that is pooled into the one great mind of consciousness and affects it. So if you want to look out at the world at any given time and see what's going on, if it's a horrible day out there, then you know most of us are thinking horrible thoughts. 51% is the majority. If you look out there and it's a good day, good news is happening, most of us are thinking good thoughts, or have been thinking good thoughts to create that result. And therefore, my dear ones, we're here to get a deeper sense of awareness. Now, I've been doing this every year since I arrived, and I don't even want to remember how many years that is anymore, because the years go by the space of months. And yet, it's never the same thing. And I smile when I hear people say, in other churches, of course, when we come here, we hear nothing new. I smile and I think, you're not there to hear anything new as far as being different. You're here to hear the same thing in a new and different way at a deeper level of perception. There's only the one thing to know. Life happens. It happens by means of you, and you have responsibility for how your life unfolds, because you're equal to the responsibility of how your life unfolds, and you're equal to taking control of it and making it work in a wonderful, wonderful way, not just for you, but for everybody else too. Oh, it is written, he who conquers armies is great, but he who conquers himself is greater. Now there's your challenge, there's my challenge. And all we have to conquer is consciousness. That's all. There's nothing else to conquer. Just consciousness. And God knows that's job enough. That's job enough. So, how we direct this thing called mind, this thing called consciousness, is extremely important and significant in your life and in mine. Because life objectifies our thought. Life objectifies our thought. We want to be objectifying good things and only good things. So how the creative process works, how we direct this thing called mind, it's simple, so simple. An idea flashes in your mind. An idea flashes in your mind like that. Now, it's hard to know whether the picture or the thought comes first. To me, it's the picture. Picture comes from, you get a picture idea. And then the thinking starts to grow around the pictured idea. And at first you go, no, I don't think so. That's too ridiculous an idea for me to be able to ever realize. I don't think so, but it's a lovely thought. Wouldn't that be neat if that could happen? And then the idea won't go away. It won't let you alone. It keeps flashing. It keeps coming back. It's just like hot flashes, annoying. You ladies will know what I'm talking about. Annoying, and you have to give it attention. And so as it keeps coming back, your thinking around it grows stronger and stronger and stronger, and you visit it more often, more often, more often. And then something happens. You begin to have a sense of it, a feeling sense of it. You get convicted about it. There's an energy to it. It makes you feel differently when you begin to think of this idea and how it would be if it was manifested in your life already. Oh my goodness, if that was in my life just now, how would I be thinking? Gosh, I would be thinking differently. How would I be feeling? Gosh, I would be feeling differently. What would I be doing? I'd be doing differently too. In fact, I'd be very different in every way if that was in my life right now, that great good thing. And so you get more enthused about it and excited about it and delighted about it and joyous about it and happy about it. And then when you think about it, it puts a smile on your face. And once that happens, something miraculous, or what appears to be miraculous, begins to happen. Life as law moves in on it, wraps itself around it, molds itself perfectly to it, shapes it, forms it, gets it ready for expression into form as an experience in your life, and makes everything come together for this to happen, because that's its job. How this is going to happen is the job of the law. What's going to happen is your job. Your job to get clear about what you want and to stick to that clarity and to stick to supporting that intention and to keep knowing it and knowing it and knowing it and feeling it and feeling it and feeling it and affirming it and affirming it and affirming it. As Dr. Ernest Holmes says, when we prayerfully take this to focus and concentration. We do not hope. We allow. We do not wish. We accept. We do not plead. We announce. We do not dream. We declare. We do not expect. We know. That's the way we come into spiritual mind treatment. And I love that term because it reminds us that it's all about consciousness. And it reminds us that everything takes place in consciousness. You get the work done in consciousness. And it reminds us that I'm taking care of business. A treatment. I go to my chiropractor. I go because I want to handle something. I want to take care of it. I want to sort this one out. I want to be without this thing called whatever it is. Whether it's a pain in my muscle or whatever that stuff is that I go to the chiropractor for. Or whether I can't walk at my usual pace when I'm walking and I'm gimping along like that or whatever that is. I'll go to the chiropractor, and because this chiropractor is a super good one, I know that I won't limp out. I may limp in, but I certainly won't limp out, that's for sure. I may be tortured in between times, but I can assure you I'll walk out ready to dance. And indeed, that's sometimes she does use the word torture. Don't worry, it'll all pay off, this torture you're going through now. But I have handled it. I've taken care of it, and I had absolute faith that this would handle it and take care of it. And that's the very same way we show up when we want to go into spiritual mind treatment, which is simply to become focused, to wake up, become aware, and understand there's more going on in life than just me. There is more that can handle this apart from me. And indeed, it is the more that will handle this if I give it up and hand it over and allow it to do so. And the moreness is that very real and present help ever available to us, awaiting our availability, the presence of that infinite intelligence within us that is there to assist us and support us, the infinite intelligence within us, around us, about us, above us, below us, that's everywhere present, on my side, in my corner, wanting me to do well, my cheerleader, rah, 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 you go girl, whatever. That's what the power and the presence of the spirit of life itself within me is in essence. My greatest champion, the one who's going to say, I will take this on for you. The gauntlet has been thrown down and I will pick it up and I will see it through for you. I am your champion. And if I can have trust in that champion and give it the job up and hand the job over to that champion, it's going to get done beautifully, amazingly, incredibly, in an astounding way most of the time. And so it's given to you and it's given to me to do exactly that. To do that. Again, I am going to go for my usual helpers here for this particular point to be made. As you know, every year I like to get how the creative process works, how mind works through visuals. And my visuals are always these things because they're great visuals. So this is my intention that I want to realize. This is the goal I want to realize. This is the desire I want to fulfill. This is the intention I want to have materialize in my life. It's my bullseye. It's my target. It's my goal. There it is. That's the idea, and I'm very clear about it, very clear. And I'm powerfully supporting it. That's what I want to do. So there's my target. What do I bring to my goal? What do I bring to the target? I bring my power in the form of this visual. A magnetic glass, a magnifying glass. And that symbolizes my focus, my attention, my commitment, my paying attention, my supporting of constantly and continuously. I bring to this wonderful thing called my desire to be realized, and I hold it firmly in place, absolutely directed toward my goal. then what happens is, once that's set up, this flashlight symbolizes the law, its power of creativity. When these two are in place, this steps in. This steps in and goes straight to the source there, the bull's eye. And it works on that idea, and it forms that idea, and it molds that idea, and it makes everything happen in a way that that idea will be realized. And this is the perfect alignment that I need if I want to realize my goal being fulfilled. I must have faith that this is a good idea. I must have given my whole commitment to saying yes to doing whatever it takes to realize this idea. I must bring my full power of attention to this idea and keep my commitment to it strong. And then I must have absolute faith in the law, in the creative process of life itself, being my champion, going to work on this and making it happen. But what happens is I have my wonderful idea there, and for a time I bring my focus to it, but then my focus gets wobbly and it goes away, see. And with my focus going away, of course, this goes with the focus. It's not working on my idea. It's following this focus random thing everywhere. This is what happens. So I pull myself together, I wake up and I say, darn it, I am going to realize this goal. I come back and again, I put my attention on my goal to be realized. And I know that the law of life itself in its creative state is working upon that. But this time I up the ampage. Now I'm focused as though I were on focus steroids. And the power and the energy is working quicker upon it. It quickens its pace of realizing this good that I desire. And it's all coming together. And I'm staying with this project of mine. I'm sticking to my commitment. I'm staying awake and alert and aware. I'm staying attentive. I keep reminding myself that this is happening now. It's on its way to me as I am on its way to it. And there's nothing to interfere in between. Nothing at all. I'm thinking it, I'm thinking it, I'm thinking it, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it, I'm knowing it, I'm knowing it, I'm knowing it, I'm seeing it, I'm seeing it, I'm visioning it, I'm visioning it. I've already set the whole scenario up in the great blue board of my mind. My workshop is my consciousness. My workshop is my mind. And I have it all set up there. It's all realized there already. I can taste it. I can touch it. I can feel it in mind. And once I can and keep doing that, it's going to happen. This is how it works. But we must have the three things in alignment. And we must support the three things in faith. And we must keep our attention, our energy focused on it. And keep saying yes, yes, yes to the process, to the creative process. And so, when I come in spiritual mind treatment, all I'm doing is realizing the creative process in a very deep, profound, and deliberate way. I'm coming in a conscious awareness that we live in a spiritual universe, a mental universe, that we live in a state of infinite possibility available to us all of the time. And as Ernest Holmes says, when you come to spiritual mind treatment, come with a sanity. He uses the word sanity. Come with a sanity. Come with a clarity. Come with normalcy, whatever that is. Come with a sense of excitement and joy and delight, and come with this open receptivity that knows that something greater than I am is working with me, in me, through me, and as me to bring this thing about. So what is our first step in prayer? Recognition. Recognition. What am I recognizing? Life is all there is. God is all there is. Good is all there is. That's all there is. It's omnipresent. That's all there is. And if that is so, I go into the second step, identification with it. Since that's the case, I must be one with life. I must be one with God. I must be one with good. So, if God is all there is and I am one with God, therefore I can proclaim, declare, and announce that the good that I desire is already there for me. I'm supposed to have it. It's in place on the invisible side of life. And the way I choose to think and feel and behave will bring it out, will flesh it out into my life as an experience. So God is all there is. There is only God. And I am one with God. And because I'm one with God, I proclaim and I announce and I declare that I am the fullness of life itself. I know only its plenty. I am the prosperous beingness of God in every aspect of my life and living, in health, in wealth, in peace, in joy, in loving relationships, in creative expression, in health, in well-being, in all kinds of ways. I am the prosperity of God in action. Because this is how life set it up, that I might know this, that I might realize this. And because of that, then I move into the fourth step in prayer, which of course plunges me into gratitude. I feel so grateful. I feel so thankful. First and foremostly, that I should know this, that I can know this, that I can use this, that I can apply this, that I can realize this. I am so grateful. And that gratitude pushes me into praise of life and living, the source of my being. I'm praising, I'm thanking, I'm knowing, I'm glowing, it's happening, it's coming through me, it'll show up any moment now. And then what do? I release it into, happily, consciously, mindfully, into the law, whom I know is my champion. And I let the law run with it. And at the end of that beautiful sense and sensibility of knowingness, I say, and so it is, amen and hallelujah. That's how I pray. And that's available to each and every one of us. And I will sum up with this. You and I don't have to know anything about steps in prayer. You and I don't even have to, do another class, take another course, whatever all of that stuff is. Because Ernest Holmes says the danger is that we might become too studious. We might just focus too much on the study of everything and fail in the practice of applying the principles. Here's all any of us need know. And this is the truth for everybody, regardless of how we've been until now, how naughty we've been, how bad behaved we've been, how off track we've been. It matters not if now I can come into this awareness and know this, that I am held, I am kept by a love that is so profound and so deep, that is within me, that will not let me go, cannot let me go. And when I move into that awareness, and I allow myself in sweet surrender and peace to let go of all sense of woe and sorrow and sadness and lack and limitation, then I find that I am already healed, whole, prospered, redeemed, and realized. When I can do that, when I can return the love to the love that loves me, that's all I need ever do. Because in love's embrace, there is nothing but love. And love is the greatest medicine and can heal anything. And that's all you and I ever have to do in order to heal anything, mend anything, fix anything, let go of anything, attract anything. That's all we have to do, is to show up as love. And love expresses itself as the givingness of life back onto itself. You're it. I'm it. It can happen for you. It can happen for me, just the same as it has happened for anyone. And so it is.
We invite you to experience Dr. Moira in person on Sundays. Our services are at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., and childcare is available. Please join us. If you enjoy these messages and would like to make a donation to our center, please visit our website at redondocsl.org. Thank you for your support of this ministry.